Hello and namaste. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is freshly brewed content, and today we are going to talk on the remaining portion of the topic, understanding the concept of sleep. That is, this is the part 2 of the topic, and if you haven't seen the part 1, then you should definitely go and watch it because this video is actually the continuation of the contents of part 1. So it is really recommended for you to watch part 1 first and then come back to this video. Click the I button of whatever message just popped into your screen so that you can watch the part 1 of this video. And for those who have already seen part 1, let's begin. As we discussed earlier about sleep cycles and sleep stages that occur while you sleep, another debatable topic is it really compulsory or mandatory for you to sleep only at night? Or during that particular time that you have been following and practicing for many years now? Or can't we just divide our sleep into number of portions and just then schedule it anyway throughout the day? Because the point is that most of the people, almost everyone, follow a monophasic sleep pattern. That is, a person only sleeps for once throughout the complete 24-hour cycle for roughly 7 to 8 hours at night. Now one may think and one may consider that investing 7 to 8 hours of time for sleeping is not required, it's not worth it, and it's not productive. So one may think of cutting down the sleep hours, of reducing the sleep duration. Because it makes sense, right? Because whatever amount I'm reducing from my sleep hours, I'm eventually adding it to my active hours. And as I add it, I'm actually increasing the continuity of my active hours. Because I don't have any breaks during the day, I only sleep at night. And because of which now I have that added time, that extra time that I can distribute to the things that I really wanted to do but I couldn't do it because of restricted available time. Our body gets habitual to the way we live, and bringing sudden changes to it is like disturbing the functioning of our internal biological processes or activities because these are also regulated by those rhythms or clocks. We have many kinds of clocks inside our bodies and inside almost every living creature, namely master clock, biological clock, and circadian rhythm. We are going to stick with circadian rhythm as it is related to our topic. Circadian rhythm is a natural built-in clock that regulates our internal biological processes and our daily behavior relative to the 24-hour day-night cycle. It is responsible for our sleep-wake cycle, and not only this, but it is also responsible for our eating habits, brainwave activities, body temperature, cell regeneration, hormone production, and many other biological processes that oscillates or repeats after every 24 hours. हमारा बॉडी, हमारा सर्केडियन रिदम जो है वो हमसे कुछ जानने की कोशिश करता है। वो ये जानने की कोशिश करता है कि हम किस समय क्या कर रहे होते हैं, कौन से एक्टिविटीज किस समय कर रहे होते हैं। स्पेशली हमारा जो खाने की आदतें हैं और हमारा जो सोने का आदत है उसको वो ध्यान से ऑब्जर्व करता है। जो डेटा है ये हम ही हमारे बॉडी को, हमारे सर्केडियन रिदम को प्रोवाइड करते हैं। जैसे कि मैं कब खाना खाता हूँ, कब अपने डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम को काम दे रहा हूँ, कब मैं सोने जाता हूँ, कब मैं उठ जाता हूँ, कितनी देर में सोता हूँ, ये सारा इंफॉर्मेशन जो है एक तरीके से हम ही हमारे बॉडी को या हमारे सर्केडियन रिदम को प्रोवाइड करते हैं, और जिसके हेल्प से हमारा सर्केडियन रिदम जो है अपना काम करता है और इंटरनल एक्टिविटीज को या प्रोसेसेस को रेगुलेट करता है, स्केड्यूल करता है। जैसे कि अगर मैं एक एग्जांपल लूँ कि सपोज मैं सुबह 9 बजे, दोपहर 1 बजे और रात को 8 बजे खाना खाता हूँ, तो जो इंटरनल प्रोसेसेस मेरे डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम को सपोर्ट करने के लिए चाहिए, उसे तैयार करने के लिए चाहिए, उन सभी प्रोसेसेस को हमारा सर्केडियन रिदम जो है इसी समय के आसपास, इन्हीं समय के आसपास ही ट्रिगर करता है या स्केड्यूल करता है। तो इसलिए ये काफ़ी कहा जाता है और हम हमारे घरों में भी एक डिसिप्लिन मेंटेन करते हैं कि हम रोज़ एक फिक्स्ड पर्टिकुलर टाइम रेंज में ही खाना खाते हैं। हो सकता है 15-20 मिनट ऊपर नीचे हो जाए, लेकिन हम कोशिश करते हैं कि एक ही समय में एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे ही खाना खाएं। और ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज जितना आप एक पर्टिकुलर फिक्स टाइम मेंटेन करेंगे, जितना आप अपने एक्टिविटीज़ को, स्पेशली अपने खाने के और नींद के जो एक्टिविटीज़ है या आदतें हैं, इन्हें जितना आप टाइम के हिसाब से शार्प रखेंगे, उतना आप एक एक्यूरेट या प्रिसाइज डेटा या फीडबैक जो है अपने सर्केडियन रिदम को, अपने बॉडी को प्रोवाइड कर रहे होंगे, और उतने अच्छे से अपना सर्केडियन रिदम जो है वो स्केड्यूल कर पाएगा और काम कर पाएगा। तो ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम हमारे सर्केडियन रिदम को उसके नेचुरल वे में या उसके नेचुरल तरीके में काम करने दें। और ये सिर्फ आपके सर्केडियन रिदम की बात नहीं है, जितना आप अपने स्लीप ड्यूरेशन को, स्लीप आवर्स को कट डाउन करते हो, रिड्यूस करते हो, उतना अमाउंट, उतना घंटे जो है वो आपके एक अकाउंट में या खाते में, जिसका नाम है स्लीप डेप्ट, उसमें जाके जमा हो जाता है। तो जितना भी आप अपना नींद कम करते हैं, खराब करते हैं, उतना अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम जो है वो आपके इस अकाउंट में जाके जमा हो जाता है। और ये जितना भी जमा होते जा रहा है, ये एक्चुअली आपके ऊपर एक कर्जा लगते जा रहा है कि इतने घंटे का नींद जो है वो आपने खराब किया है, अब आपको उसको छुट्टा करना पड़ेगा। तो कुछ रिसर्च ऐसे कहते हैं कि ये जो कर्जा आपके ऊपर लगा है, जितना भी घंटे का आपने नींद मिस किया है, वो आप कुछ दिन एक्स्ट्रा सो के छुट्टा कर सकते हो, वो कर्जा मिटा सकते हो। लेकिन कुछ रिसर्च ऐसे भी कहते हैं कि ये जो कर्जा आप पे लग चुका है, या आपके ऊपर परमानेंट का है, यानी जितना भी आपने वो नींद मिस किया है, वो नींद खराब किया है, वो कर्जा जो आप पे लगा है वो आप छुट्टा नहीं कर सकते। कितना भी आप एक्स्ट्रा सोइए, अब आप वो कर्जा मिटा नहीं सकते। और जितना भी डैमेजेस हुआ है आपके बॉडी को वो स्लीप डिप्राइवेशन की वजह से, वो आपके ऊपर परमानेंट लग जाता है, वो आप अब ओवरकम नहीं कर पाते। तो ताकि आप ऐसे मुसीबतों में ना पड़े, ऐसी तकलीफें अपने तरफ ना मोड़ ले, आपको ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप अपने बॉडी के लिए एक सफिशिएंट अमाउंट या एडिक्वेट अमाउंट ऑफ स्लीप जो है वो दें। और अगर आपको फिर भी प्रोडक्टिव बनना ही है तो एक अच्छा चॉइस आपके लिए ये रहेगा कि आप अपना स्लीप पैटर्न जो है चेंज कर लें। तो चलिए फिर देख लेते हैं कौन से वो स्लीप पैटर्न्स हैं जो आप अपने लाइफ में इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं अपने रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से। There are basically 5 different sleep patterns categorized into 3 categories, namely monophasic, biphasic and polyphasic. Let's begin with monophasic. The sleep pattern that falls under monophasic category is the most common one or the most popular one or the one that is practiced by most of the people. That is कि आप 24 hours में सिर्फ एक बार सोते हो रात में, वो भी लगभग 7 से 9 घंटे के लिए. This sleep pattern takes up lots of your time because when compared with other sleeping patterns, this pattern contains an extra of 4 hours of sleep, which is indeed a huge amount of time that you could save or invest it into something else. But anyhow, if you follow this sleeping pattern, then you are providing yourself with sufficient or adequate amount of sleep and you will be at the minimal risk of getting sleep deprived. Biphasic, as the term suggests, that you will be sleeping for 2 times throughout your 24-hour cycle, once at night and once during your midday. At night you will be sleeping for around 5 to 6 hours and during your midday you will be taking a nap of duration 19 minutes, that is 1.5 hour. The nap that you take during your midday may be after you finish your meal, because research and studies have proved that taking a nap after your lunch can help you improve your cardiovascular health and reduce your stress levels. It is also said that it is really helpful for improving your memory and cognitive abilities. After you wake from your nap, you feel like as if you are in your senses. That is, you feel alive, you feel refreshed, and you feel as if you have got an energy boost, especially on those days when you feel that you are completely tired. You actually tend to work with a better mindset, a better concentration, and a better focus towards your tasks. Polyphasic, as the name suggests, that you will be sleeping for more than 2 to 3 times throughout your day. There are 3 sleeping patterns that fall under this category, namely Everyman, Dymaxion and Uberman. Let's begin with Everyman. Everyman's sleep pattern has a 3.5 hours of core sleep, that is your night sleep, and 3 20-minute naps spread out across your day. This sleep pattern is also the best alternative for those people who find Dymaxion and Uberman's schedule very difficult to maintain, but yet who wants more wake time, more active period than monophasic sleep pattern. It also contains more waking hours than Uberman. So it is the best choice for those who want to try out polyphasic sleep to increase their waking hours and to become more productive. This sleep pattern consists of 4 30-minute naps spread out throughout your day, that is approximately 6 hours apart from each other. This sleeping pattern is best suited for those people who require very less amount of sleep, or for those with DEC2 gene, also known as short sleepers. This pattern can also be beneficial for those who can quickly fall asleep once they get to bed. The advantages of this pattern is that you get the maximum waking hours as compared to any other sleep pattern. You get a total of 22 hours of wake time. Yes, 22 hours is a lot of time, and that is why this pattern is best suited for those who prioritize sleep efficiency over long sleep duration. And you also get 6 hours of wake time or active period between 2 consecutive sleep phases, during which you can get a lot done. The disadvantages, however, of this sleep pattern is that it only provides a total of 2 hours of sleep time, and that is the reason that this is the most difficult sleep pattern to adapt to, and most probably you will be feeling completely tired throughout your day. And not to mention that sleeping for 30 minutes for 4 times a day is likely to be difficult for scheduling. To follow this sleep pattern, you will have to sleep for 6 to 8 times throughout your day in the form of naps of 20 minutes each. And because this pattern seems to be a bit restrictive one, this pattern best suits to those people who can follow a rigid schedule, or for those people who do not perform any activities or work which require more than 3.5 hours, because that's all the time that you get between 2 consecutive sleep phases or sleep naps. The advantage of this pattern includes its quick naps that last only for 20 minutes. That is, your total overall sleep will be of 2 to 3 hours only throughout your day, which means that you get a very long period of active hours during which you can get a lot done. Once you get adapted to this sleep pattern, you will be able to quickly fall asleep anywhere. The disadvantage of this pattern, however, is in its extreme inflexibility between sleeping and waking hours, which is not at all ideal if you want a social life. Now let's look at some tips that may help you improve your quality of sleep. Stick to a fixed sleep schedule. Try to practice and maintain a particular fixed time to sleep, as well as to wake up even on your weekends, because this really helps regulate your body's clock and helps you to fall asleep and wake up as per your schedule's time. A relaxing routine just before your bedtime will really help you keep your mind calm, just like reading books, which is really necessary while you're shifting into your sleep mode. Stay away from bright lights and try not to do anything that can cause excitement, stress or anxiety. Power naps may really help you get through your day, but if you find trouble sleeping at night as a result of these power naps, then you should really avoid them. Try to keep workout in your daily routine or your schedule so that your body feels some kind of tiredness, and because of which you will actually feel sleepy. Before you go to sleep, evaluate your room. See that there are no bright night lamps or any kind of light that's entering into your room. See that there are no noises coming inside your room, or maybe even your partner snoring. Try using blackout curtains, eye blinders and earplugs if required. Using an old mattress may make you uncomfortable for sleep. Have a good mattress that supports your back and your body well. Also try to have a comfortable pillow for your sleep. Expose yourself to bright lights like sunlight as much as possible during your mornings. Avoid them during your evenings and nights so that you keep your circadian rhythm in check. Avoid consumption of any kind of alcohol, cigarettes or any caffeinated drinks, because these will definitely disrupt your sleep. Also avoid big or spicy meals that can cause discomfort due to indigestion. If you feel hungry even after your dinner, then try to have a light snack 45 minutes before your bedtime. Avoid consuming water before your bedtime. Don't use any kind of electronic gadgets before you go to sleep, because the artificial blue light emanating from the screens keeps your brain activated and alert, and hence disturb and delay your sleep. Even if you have to use electronic gadgets, use them at least half an hour prior to your bedtime. It is best that you remove laptops, computers, work materials or any kind of unwanted stuff out of your sleeping environment. Try to keep it as inviting and attractive as possible. That is, try to keep it clean and well organized, so that when you visit your bed, you feel comfortable and you quickly fall asleep. तो अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो, यूजफुल लगा हो, तो लाइक और सब्सक्राइब जरूर कर देना। नोटिफिकेशन आइकॉन को जरूर दबा देना ताकि जब भी हमारा नया वीडियो आए आपको सबसे पहले पता चल जाए। डू शेयर इट विथ योर फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स, और अगर आपको इस वीडियो के रिलेटेड कोई डाउट्स है तो कमेंट सेक्शन में हमें लिख के जरूर बताइएगा। वी विल बी हैप्पी टू रिसीव योर कमेंट्स। सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो।